Welcome back to the show. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. This is the check-in to Smackdown. Welcome back to the Smackdown Hotel. As always, my name is Bren, and as always, I am here with Emma. We're going to be here to talk about Smackdown and maybe a little tease of a new show then later on. But be interested to see what everybody thinks of SmackDown because we talked about it in the group chat. We have a little WhatsApp group chat, and it's a bit of a mixed response. And even just chatting to Emma there briefly before we went live, I don't know exactly what Emma thinks, but I have a feeling that there's going to be some interesting thoughts on it as we speak. Before we get started, um, Emma, I spoke to you briefly before the show. Talk to me. How are you?
I'm not too bad. I'm wrecked. Spent the afternoon hiking, but it was fun. How are you doing?
I'm all right. I did not climb a mountain today, but I'm all right. So
Yeah.
you were on a mountain today. Was that where you're from, or was that kind of beyond?
No, it was actually in Wexford. It's a Fort Mountain. Some people might know it, but if anyone here is ever in Wexford, go to Fort Mountain because it's beautiful. It's like something from America. It's just stunning.
Amazing, amazing. Well, similar to myself, didn't do anything like that. Still a bit wrecked though. But look, let's talk about SmackDown. Let's talk about the controversial opening. Cody Rhodes opened SmackDown. Bit of an attack, bit of an attack on Drew, which was cool.
Yeah.
But the promo then there's a section of the promo. I just want to get this off my chest. There's a section of the promo that people are talking about was the that's why they call me
Raheem
Raheem.
Road.
They nickname him Raheem Rhodes, Cody Raheem Rhodes.
Mhm.
Look, I don't like the juvenile stuff. The Degeneration X stuff was cool when I was 12. I'm not a big fan of juvenile stuff. Apparently, a lot of people got a kick out of that. In saying that, that aside, that's just me being nitpicking. I love when Crowdy, I learned how to say his name first. I love when Cody Rhodes is intense. I think we see bits of his father, and as everybody knows, I'm a big Dusty Rhodes guy. And to see Cody Rhodes as intense, I thought this was a great way to kick it off. And he kept me guessing as well because at the end of that promo, I was like, why didn't he bring up Jacob? Why wasn't Jacob mentioned? And of
Yeah.
course, that was answered throughout the show. Emma, what did you think of Cody opening?
I mean, I'm the same as you. I love when Cody's fired up. We see that side of him because he's such a baby face. He comes out and he's like, "Hey guys, I love you all. You guys are my best friends." But when he comes out and he's like, "Oh, I hate these people. I'm the guy. I'm the man." It reminds me of when Becky Lynch goes crazy. That's what he always reminds me of as well. Is when she's like just on a mad one, which I love.
Yeah.
But I'm the same as you. Maybe it's just because I'm older now and I'm just like whatever. But when you go on TikTok, everyone's like, "Oh, Cody's the man." Like, "Oh my god, can't believe Cody's saying that and all." It's like, okay.
Ah,
I was
I'm
like,
not interested in that bit. Yeah, like yourself, I'm just interested in the promo itself. I'm
yeah,
interested in the intensity. But look, you're dead right. And I personally, I thought it was a good start and a bit of a look ahead of how the show was going to take place. One of
mm,
the one of the comments, and we'll address this as we go on in the WhatsApp chat that we have, is it was depressing. I don't know if SmackDown was depressing. Look, this brings us on to the women's tag. This was Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Julia and Kiana James. Obviously, Rhea
mm,
Ripley and Io Sky won that.
yeah.
What did you think of the women here?
I brilliant. When Io took that hit on her head, I was like, oh my, she's amazing. She's amazing. But one thing I will say, no, this is probably one of my favorite matches of the evening. But one thing I will say
Okay.
is the Julia and Kiana James thing. Please break it apart. Let Kiana James, do her own thing because I think she is more than capable, and I'd love to see that. And Julia, if they booked her properly, she'd be great on her own as well.
Yeah. Yep. There is one thing I want to say kind of outside of this, and I want to bring up somebody that was in WWE previously who compared himself, who actually said he's better than this individual. This man, his name is Ricochet, and we know Ricochet because we've had Ricochet in the WWE, and this man should not have a Twitter account. He should
Nope.
not be able to type his tweets. One of the things, amongst other things, and I think I put a short out on the Upper Tier channel. So pissed off with Ricochet, thinking that he's the main event, thinking he's someone like John Cena, when the chap he doesn't have an ounce of charisma in him. And then I seen a tweet today where he's like, "Well, she doesn't know English, but I still do wrestling better than her, and I still do this and so on." I seen that today, and I was like,
What?
"Io Sky on her worst day is better than Ricochet." I'm gonna try pronounce it, Dave. I hope you're watching. Um, Ricochet, it's time to make that move onto Cirque du
Cirque du Soleil.
Yes, Emma. Thank you. Ricochet, piss off because
Yeah.
you're
How dare he?
mental. You're mental, but not even that. Just that he said, and I won't spend too much time on it. The WWE section of his career tarnished his career a little bit. No, every time you pick up the mic, you tarnish your career. The
Every
most
time you pick up the
notable and
phone.
best, well, the most notable and best thing he did was, and actually, it wasn't even him. I think he did that at one stage. It was Velvet Dream that ran across the ring, did about 4 flips and landed straight on his feet in front of. I think he did that in front of Ricochet. But even that, I could be getting that mixed up. That's how notable Ricochet is. So we can
Hmm.
piss off back to circa what Emma said. And I'm sorry, I just wanted to get that off my chest. But look, I think you're dead right. It'd be good to see Julia on her own, and I don't think I think Kiana James will have her day in the sun. I agree with you.
Mm.
Um, the Miz then using a bit of manipulation backstage. I made sure that this was closed off. This kind of annoyed me a bit. I hate non-title matches. I think they're pointless. They don't happen
Yeah.
anywhere else. Non-title matches annoy the bejesus out of me.
Fair.
Bejesus. Um, but this was a non-title match, obviously. So I kind of thought to myself, all right, Miz is winning this. Cool. Look, I'll
No.
suffer through the non-title match because Miz is going to get a win. Nah, no, no, no,
No.
just no. That pissed me off. The match was all right. I liked the moment with the skull crushing finale counter. All that stuff
Mm.
was cool. The
Yeah.
match itself was all right, but the Miz losing was a bit of a downer to me. What say you, Emma?
No, definitely, because I love the Miz. I love him. He deserves so much better. So much better. If you're
Hmm.
having a non-title match, let the guy win. It doesn't have to go anywhere. It doesn't go anywhere. It's not a title. Let him win.
Yeah, I think we're agreed with that. Now, before we move on to Tiffany Stratton, because I'm very interested to see what you have to say about Tiff. I'm going to take a few comments because they're coming in nice and quick. Evening, Baz. Barry, how are you getting on, man? What's the crack with you? Hope you're good. Well, look who it is. The Scooby-Doo gang from Keith
Listen, Scooby
Siri.
Doo, we're coming after you.
You notice that? You know what I nearly said?
Hmm.
Well, there's my Yabba Dabba Dude. I was getting the Flintstones and Scooby-Doo mixed up.
Terrible.
So that's what's wrong with me. Big up, crew. How are you, Noel? Good to see you, my
Hello.
man. Uh, please, can Jade Cargill drop that title next week? Oh, Keith.
We know it's not going to happen, but I wish.
Ricochet. I keep calling him Ricochet, don't I?
I call
I
him
do
paper
keep calling him.
mache.
You know exactly. He should be like his ego is that fragile. He should be called paper mache. He needs to get a bleeding grip and piss off
Hmm.
back to Cirque to say. Can't even say it. Um, Dave, I'm not even gonna. We've never. You established this in the Scrubs podcast. We've never even met in person. I will have you know I use top quality soaps when I'm in the shower, but this isn't the What Does Bren Do in the Shower podcast. Um, and I don't like your comment. That's not cool. Anyway, Eamon, hey, Eamon O'Bara, what's the crack? Good to see you.
That is short
Um,
and nice. Well, just
well, I love that.
yeah.
Bren eats monkey nuts with the shell on. Well, Dave, actually, I don't like monkey nuts. So there you go. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Carmelo reversal was smooth as caramel. Oh, it was so good.
Hmm.
Highlight of the match. Smackdown is so good, says Eamon O'Bara.
Okay, Eamon.
Yeah, I
Okay,
like
girl.
that.
Yeah.
I like that. Carmelo's new gear is class. New gear. Oh, okay. I was like, Gira? What's Gira? At David, he also a North Sider. Yeah, Keith, I am a North Sider and you're a South Sider. And you know what? I've lived on the South
Mhm.
Side. And it's like going from the North Side to the South Side of Dublin is like jumping from the photograph to the negative backward. I think Gay Bourne is still presenting the Late Late Show on the South Side. Get up out of that. Anyway, Cardona
Mhm.
and Baby Femi, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. Uh, so this leads us into the next. Tiffy time was real. Yes, it was, which is exactly what we're going to touch on now. Eamon, Tiffany Stratton was interviewed by Kathy Kelly in the backstage area, and she obviously talked about the Royal Rumble and so on. And then Chelsea and Alba came
Yes.
in. What do you think? What did you think of the promo? And obviously, then after that, it led on to the match. What did you think all around?
Yeah, so I think the promo was great. I think Tiffy, like, she's such a talent. She really is. Like, she is amazing. And she, like, her moves are insane. Like, her in the ring is insane as well. She's the full package. She is a superstar. Definitely Hall
Deadly.
of Famer.
De-
No doubt
But
about that.
who looked good in this match? Lash Legend.
Mm-hmm. Listen.
So just to bring everybody up to speed, it was Tiffany Stratton versus Lash Legend versus Chelsea Green, and
Mm-hmm.
Lash Legend was outstanding in this match. What say you?
She is definitely one of my favorites right now. No doubt about it. Even in the Royal Rumble. Like, she's insane. And you know what? I would have rather Lash or Chelsea win over Tiffany Stratton. I'm sorry. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Keith. It's the truth.
well, yeah. No, I think Keith needs to hear that. But another observation that I wanted to point out off the back of what Doc Hendricks said on Unreal. For those of you not in the know, Doc Hendricks is Michael Hayes. Doc
Love.
Hendricks was his character in 1994-95. Anyway, he said, I'm starting to think was it a work, but he said basically that there's a ceiling with Chelsea Green. I hope he watched that match, and I hope he seen the fans and how much the fans were behind Chelsea Green.
Yeah.
Despite the one being pinned, Chelsea Green is absolutely phenomenal, and I hope she has her day in the sun. She absolutely deserves it. Also don't think Tiffany Stratton should have won this match.
Thank you.
That's
Sorry. I
that's my take on
haven't
that.
been on this laptop in ages and I'm trying to figure out the settings.
It's all good. Don't worry about it. I seen the light go in your face there. It was looked like you were quantum leaping.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, look, I agree. My pick to win this, I would have liked to see Chelsea win it.
Yeah.
Honestly, I would have liked to see Chelsea win it personally. To see Chelsea on the big stage in that big match because
Oh,
I'm a
stop.
massive fan of Chelsea Green, and she deserves it. Um, Before we move on, I do want to touch on a news report the other day that said, like literally, it came into the chat. WWE will not know what to do with the Wyatt Six going forward. So basically, the Wyatt Six will not be on WWE television for a long time. 7 hours later, SmackDown comes on. Bam, the Wyatt Six are there.
Yeah.
Now, look, my feelings on the Wyatt Six I made clear in the chat, and I'll make it clear here. The ship has sailed. I don't think they're going to do anything with them creatively. I'm not saying let them go. Either take them off TV and repackage them into a more realistic Cape Fair type deal that I've been pushing, or send them over to AAA and let them do some real work. How do you feel about the Wyatt Six, Emma? I know you told me before, but where are you on the Wyatt Six?
It's just, it's almost like I'm feeling like it's such a shame now because so much could have been done. Break them up a little bit, still have them, Wyatt Six, but, let Nikki Cross do her thing, let the guys be a tag team. Like, even just do something like that because if they don't, they're just going to be gone or they're just going to appear once every often. And it's not fair on them at all because they're all talented. It's simply due to booking. And there could have been so much done, except with the
Yeah.
MFTs, because I don't want to see that again.
See, the MFTs, they're just what they did was they just threw face paint, and I know there's a connection to New Japan there, but like it's just lost on the fan base. I would
Yeah.
consider myself a massive wrestling fan, and obviously that's subjective in itself. But as we all know, I'm a WWE guy. Have been a WWE guy since the '80s. WWE guy today, and I've only kind of started to branch out in recent years. And even at that, it's not as much as I should be branching out as somebody who loves wrestling. So to throw something like that, it's like, well, it's connected to New Japan, you see, and here's I don't give a bollocks. I don't care. I don't care about it. Sorry to be
Yeah.
so. I'm like, I don't give
No.
a bollocks.
When you were
Not
like, I love wrestling, I was about to be like, I don't.
not at the moment. It's not treating me very well.
No.
Um, we'll take some comments real quick because they are coming in like mental at the moment. Um, da, 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 da. So who do I think? Who do we think Obafemi will sign for? It's hard to say. He's going between the two brands. The quick answer is I don't know. But I don't know at this stage, honestly. I couldn't even gather a guess. I'm not even sure if I heard a rumor. He's appearing on both shows. He's doing the squashes. Um, and I don't think. Do you know what? We'll touch on Obafemi in a few minutes because
I
I
love
don't
him.
think what he did this week went down too well. I love him as well, but you're going to be in a dilemma now in a few minutes, I think. Tiffy on that 8K camera looked $1,000,000, says Noel. Lash looked the veteran, 100%. I just thought she
Yeah.
stole the show, Noel. Love seeing Tiffy back. So happy. Oh, Keith is super happy about seeing
Okay,
Tiffy
Keith.
back. Keith, I think you need to take a Xanax and chill out. All right, just relax there, buddy. I'm only messing. Fan opinion means nothing now. Totally agree.
Yeah.
Totally agree. I could literally we could all sit in front of Paul, and you know what I'm talking about, and say, listen, this is what we want. We know it might
And be
be a
like,
little bit
no,
predictable, and we're complaining about the predictability, but any chance you could just throw us something we want?
a little curveball, a few
Uh,
shenanigans, and they'd be like, no, it's good for the business.
Imagine Balor winning the WWE, winning the heavyweight title at Elimination Chamber, and the
I'd love.
chaos that would cause. Phenomenal. We have Dara in. Good to see it. Chelsea Green is amazing. I totally agree with you.
Agreed.
You know my opinion on the hokey jokey Noki. Noel, I know. I defended them. It's one of me hills, as you know. Keith, Chelsea Green is great, but can't see her getting into the main event. The WWE don't see her as a main event star, unfortunately. Keith, I disagree with you.
I
And
disagree,
I'd put
Keith.
away. Yeah.
I rebuke.
I'd put a wager on it. I think they're not going to have a choice. I think they're going to be pushed into a corner. This is going to be a Daniel Bryan type thing. That's what I think. MFT is better than the Wyatts. Nah, man, they're not. Unfortunately for the MFTs, they came after the Bloodline, and they're like the Bloodline 3.0 at this stage. The MFTs, I think the Wyatts kind of like, I think they're better. They're better overall, better package. But
Yeah.
Fed guy dropping a New Japan. 100%, Niall. That's why we're here. I'm dropping the New Japan bombs. All right, Obafemi to Flaccid Circus with no, not a chance, my man.
No.
Obafemi, push that man to the moon. Give him the rocket. SmackDown needs Oba a lot more than Raw. I was thinking that, Keith, but we'll touch on that now in a few minutes. But I think we can both agree Lash Legend looked deadly on that. I want to touch on an interview that Randy Orton had, your sister's favorite Randy Orton had backstage, and Alistair Bleeding Black comes in.
Yeah.
And it was one of the most pointless things I've ever seen, ever. He just came in and he said something stupid, pointless, ridiculous, and then just pissed off. Actually, do you know what? Let's not touch on it. Unless you have anything to say about it.
I don't know. It was just like, oh, everybody's gone, Randy. And then he just walks off, and Randy's like, okay.
Nice one. Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'll see you later.
We hear from one of your favorites now. Somebody who, unfortunately, I don't think WWE is going to have the creative gallstones to do anything with. And this is Kit Wilson. Kit Wilson comes out, cuts a toxic promo, but then gets a hiding. Like a gone in 30 seconds match. Not gone in 60 seconds, gone in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Obafemi sits through him. I don't really like that. How did you feel about it as a Kit fan and an Oba fan?
So, obviously, like, what I have to say is when the green lights hit and the crowd, that pop was insane. I will give it that. But Kit Wilson as well. The whole internet loves Kit Wilson. They love it.
Big.
Like,
Big.
they had, like, restaurants doing the Kit Wilson dance and answering the phone being like, Kit, you there? Like, come on. If you don't like Kit Wilson, lads, it's a laugh. I love him. I think he's great. Like,
go on.
And it's just, I don't like the whole thing where they come out and just squash someone. It's not wrestling. Don't put two people that aren't in the same kind of, well, you know what I mean, but like.
But grab a local guy. Grab a local guy. Give a local guy an opportunity to be on telly. Because if I was an up and coming wrestler and WWE said, hey, listen, Do you want to get squashed by one of our up or coming stars to be on
I'm like, yeah,
TV? 100% TV time, exposure, and experience. And that's
exactly.
what they should have done. Because Kit, I think there's something there. I've been back and forward about Kit Wilson, and I think there's something there. I don't want them to be another Fandango, where
No,
it's like did it, and then bam, gone. And all of a sudden you're somebody else, and the next thing I know, you're retiring.
yeah,
I want Kit Wilson to have a good career because people who haven't seen the interview with Kit Wilson, listen to it. Look what went into this new character. He has his hands all over the theme song and all. And
yeah.
there's a lot to be said for that. I thought that was really, really good.
And also on Instagram, he keeps putting up things, and it's like, what do you consider toxic? And he's like replying to people, and people are like, oh, my boyfriend. He's like, yeah, your boyfriend's toxic. I
He's
love it.
tremendous.
I love it.
He's tremendous.
That was
But
me
look
who
at the
said
same
it. I'm joking.
at the same time, I'm an Obi Femi guy. I'm rooting for him.
Yeah.
I think Keith could be onto something. He's probably better on SmackDown, but I do believe there's a future to be one of the forefronts of the company. There with
Yeah.
Braun Breaker and so on, and somebody we're going to talk about now in a second, Jacob Fatu. Poor Drew McIntyre didn't bloody get a look in tonight until towards the end because obviously R-Truth and Damien were talking backstage. McIntyre
Real
does the big
Dana.
one,
Yeah.
and it was like, you know what? You've got enough problems. It was one of them. Drew McIntyre comes in, tries to come out, and then bam! The man who I was thinking about at the start of the show, one of the futures, Jacob Fatu,
I love him.
unpredictable, mental, and deadly. And this is what I'm talking about, Keith. I know you're in the chat, but it wasn't actually Keith. It was Sean that said it. Sorry, Keith. I
It
apologize.
was one of them.
Very similar people. Yeah. So it was Sean that said it. Sean said, "Hey, listen." Um, Sean said, "Oh, it was quite depressing. Hello, hey." Sean was like, "Is that your sister?"
No, it's my brother.
Sister.
Ah, I'm so sorry. Is that Jake?
Yeah.
Is that the famous Jake? Jake, I apologize. I didn't see your face. I just seen the hair, and that was
Yeah.
it. Good to see Jake. We heard his voice yesterday. It was hilarious.
That was so
Uh,
funny.
it was very funny. But they said SmackDown was depressing. I thought this was the running theme between the SmackDown was poor Drew McIntyre.
Yeah.
Basically, he got jumped by Fatu. What did you think of the Jacob Fatu thing?
I love Jacob Fatu. Like, I'd love for him just to keep doing that. Just come in, just go mental, and then give him a title shot.
100%. He
I
has
love.
that Steve. He has that Steve Austin-esque thing about him, I think, as well.
Mm-hmm.
Just get out and smash
Yeah,
them.
just boom. That's it. I love it, and that's what they need as well. Like they need just like this unpredictable, like, bam, get them.
One-
It's like letting the dogs out.
100%. Well, that's what he said. He said he'll dog walk their ass next week.
Yeah.
And look, him and Cody did the same thing. It was crazy. They were both intense, and that's what we need. We need that adrenaline. Started the show, no pun intended. Adrenaline in the middle of the show,
Whoa.
absolutely fantastic. But I thought it was brilliant as well. I'm going to talk about, to me, the saddest part of the show, and it involves one of our favorite wrestlers, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Mm.
This was ass.
This
was terrible, absolutely terrible. Weeks, and I loved because okay, I touched on bullshit history, New Japan, and all that, but we kind of know that there's history there, and they're speaking Japanese to each other, and it's just something leading, and we're into it because
exactly.
Shinsuke has that dripping charisma, and then just they have the match, and it's flat. Shenanigans at the end, interference.
It's not even good shenanigans.
Flat.
It's just like, it's like, you've built this up for so long. Well, not so long, but you know what I mean. I'm hooked. Immediately I was hooked. They were all like, they're speaking Japanese. It's history. And then what?
Yeah.
A match that's just,
It was just terrible. Shinsuke deserves better. Shinsuke is in the Miz category at the moment, and the two of them deserve better. I honestly, sometimes I just want to shake Paul Levesque and say, "What are you doing, man? What are you doing? Like seriously, like there's company. I'm sure Tony Khan envies Paul Levesque with the
Yeah.
talent pool that he has. But then he's probably sitting back and saying, Jesus, I'm scared. I probably wouldn't have done that. Mind you, AEW has done some questionable things as well. Example, Ricochet.
Great example.
So yeah, so look, the shenanigans, MFT, I just didn't like how Shinsuke was treated here.
Nope.
Um, we see there was a bit of a segment then with Johnny G. Johnny G seems a little down. He seems a little depressed.
Did you see the tape
What tape?
that he was lying on and it said NXT in gold with black letters?
I didn't see it.
Yeah, when he was lying there, it was like a piece of tape and it said NXT and it was a gold piece of tape with black letters.
Do you know what? I must have missed that. And I bet you I'll watch it again, and it's one of these obvious things. I don't know. Does that mean he just goes back to NXT and does his thing, becomes NXT champ, and injects some excitement into the NXT show, or add to the excitement? Because NXT last week was ridiculously good.
It was so
So
good.
good. It got
Listen,
2 shows.
so good.
It was incredible, absolutely incredible. Look, I think there's a lot of potential with what they could do with Johnny G. And I think that the amount that like WWE are juggling a balls of I did a balls thing after me saying last week, I hate when they do that. But they're juggling balls of talent. And
Yeah.
basically they just keep dropping the ball. And I think unfortunately with the likes of Motor City Machine Guns who appeared in this,
Love them.
and they tried to talk to him, and unfortunately they're on main event, and maybe that's the direction Johnny G is going. I hope not, because I actually think Johnny G could be pretty big in the mid to main event scene,
Yeah, I fully
and
agree.
he deserves it as well. So, what do you think of Rhea Ripley and Io Sky? It seemingly they'll be facing Nia Jax and Lash Legend next. Do you think they lose the titles? Does somebody turn on somebody, or does it just goes?
I think it just go. I think it's just going to be Rhea and Io. I'd love to see Lash and Nia, and then set up a match between them because I feel like that'd be great. But again, I am liking them as a tag team, so I'm not too sure. How about you?
Look, I love Nia Jax. I absolutely worship
Yeah,
the ground she walks on, and I have done from the start. I think she got a bit of a raw deal from the fans. I don't understand the Nia Jax hate. And then
yeah.
somebody on the podcast there a week ago said, well, she's improved lately. No,
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 she's
she's
been
like every
great.
wrestler. She's constantly improved. Has she
Yeah,
had matches like I hated her chair shots at War Games to be picky about something where it was like tap? But she's brilliant. Lash Legend, another future superstar. I think one of two things is going to happen. I think maybe Nia Jax or turns on Lash Legend, and then give Lash Legend the ball. Don't give them the tag team titles just yet,
not yet.
or just let the girls run with it for now, and we'll see what happens. And speaking of women's wrestling, we're going to touch on something at the end of the show. I just want to. We're going to touch on something real quick at the end of the show about women's wrestling, and it's something very exciting. So do stick with us. So Matt Cardona is always ready. He had a chat with Kit Wilson. So it looks
Yeah.
like Matt Cardona is going to get a hiding off Obafemi now next week. And I suppose that's another thing we should probably talk about on Pro Wrestling Weekly when there's more time. Like, why did Mac? Like, I understand why Matt Cardona came back, and
Mm.
I've a lot of respect from saying, look, I've always wanted to go back, but I mean, he's never gonna. I don't think he'll ever reach the heights that he did previously.
No, I. As much as
Is his
would be
time up?
cool, I don't think so. But again, maybe a US title, maybe something. That'd be quite cool. Just a
We'll
little
see what
push.
happens.
But I don't know. I think you're gonna have to kind of play it out week by week because if they just keep giving him like a match here and there, it's a bit like, oh, okay then.
I think never say never, but I think he
Mm,
spent so long outside of WWE. It's like if you get on the wrong train, the further out you go, the more expensive the trip back is, and that's
true.
it. And I think the trip is probably a bit too expensive to come back, and I don't think he'll ever be. I think I'm trying to say something there, but I think everybody knows what I'm trying to say anyway. Um, but look, we hear from Liv Morgan. Liv Morgan cuts a promo. Raquel grabs the mic. She wants to address the elephant in the room, and then bam, Cargill ruins it for us.
Mm.
How did you feel about all of that? What did you think of that, and what do you think of the whole build?
Listen, my favorite part was Raquel snatching that mic. I was like,
It's
mm-hmm,
cool, wasn't it?
mm-hmm.
It was
Like she's.
cool.
If you want to talk about someone keep improving, it's Raquel. She has her improvement has been like skyrocketing. Give her that title.
Incredible.
Take it off Stephanie Vicaire. Give her that title. It should have happened.
I hope you're listening, Keith, because I agree with Emma. I think I think I said it last week. I think, look, sometimes it's about striking the iron while it's the top, but it's also about taking a chance and
Yeah.
not going for the safe option. And she may not be the safe option, but she could be the best option. And we don't know until we try it. And I think you're dead right. I think give her the belt. But then Jordan Grace, I want her to have the belt.
Yeah.
What a great turn for the books that would be. And what did
Oh.
you think of the whole shut up, bitch?
Yeah, I was like,
Think of that?
oh, I was like, that is sassy. I liked it. It was like,
Yeah, I
yeah,
was like,
you know what? You're on our
damn.
show. I was like, ha, you know, like you're on
Well,
our show.
Raquel obviously has that match now next week. It'll be the first time she's defended the title on TV since she got it. And that was about 3 months, just over 3 months ago. She's not defended the title. We know why, but if we're acknowledging why she's not defended the title, not acknowledging it, but if we all know why, if everybody in the room knows why she's not defending the title, take it off her.
Yeah.
Put her out of our misery. Put us out of our misery. There's a women's title there that's gorgeous, that's beautiful, that deserves to be defended.
It's stunning.
And that's not good enough. That is not good enough. So we had a Teddy Long moment. You four in the ring, player.
Yeah.
Tag team match. It was only missing and whoever loses goes up against the Undertaker.
And then Raquel hits Liv. Maybe I was thinking, I was like,
what did you, but the Judgment Day, they're just never gonna go away. They're always gonna be around. But please let this be the seeds that be planted.
But I imagine WrestleMania, Liv's trying to get the title, and Raquel just comes out. She's like, "Yeah, go Liv." Boom. She's like, "Liv, get back."
There's so many possibilities.
Whoa, I'm cooking. And then the next night is like Dom versus Finn or something, and then that just breaks up the whole Judgment Day. Oh, someone get creative on the phone. I'm about to go ring him. I'm about to go ring Paul.
They won't listen. They won't listen,
No.
and you know this, and I'm sure they see what's online. That they're not blind. They see everything that's online. They're just not reacting. But yeah, look, that all sounds cool. The match itself was okay. I'm kind of glad Grace picked up the win. I have a lot of hope and faith behind Jordan Grace. Like I said, I've been following her for years, and she's just bleeding deadly. She's deadly. So I hope they do something with it, and let's see what happens next week. We'll run down next week's SmackDown card now in a few minutes. We have another sad cat on SmackDown. That other sad cat is Sami Zayn. He was walking with his hands down. As I like to say, Niall's favourite, Sami Zayn, was walking with his hands down. He was very sad. We too sad. Him and Johnny G, very sad. They need to find each other and hug each other. Trick Williams come up. Trick. Again, another one that's the future. And he just kind of adds stuff into the wound. What do you I know you're a Sami fan. What you're thinking on this? What did you think of the segment? And what's your whole thinking on the Sami Zayn direction now?
Like, Trick, listen, you're already Hall of Famer in my eyes. Put him in the Hall of Fame right now. I just think he's insane. Every time his entrance, the biggest pop ever. Like, I'll be sitting in the sitting room with my family and we're all going, "Whoa, the Trick!" Like, you can't help it.
Yeah.
And his promos are great. Great on the mic, great in the ring.
He's ready.
He's got the character. But you know what? My heart goes out to Sami Zayn. Like,
I don't know what they're gonna do next.
no.
I do hope it's not Kevin Owens related. I just hope that that's the case, but we'll see.
I hope,
but like that,
I hope he gets a title, some sort of title soon, like something.
well, I
don't
want
know.
them to get the world championship just so I
Me
can sit
too.
on Pro Wrestling Weekly and say, ha ha ha,
I will be there
screw
laughing.
you, and screw you.
Boom, boom.
That would be a glorious episode of Pro Wrestling Weekly. Sammy wins the title. Big smile.
I'd have like those party poppers and I'd be like, woo! Celebrate good times. But no.
Yeah, Noel would just be remove.
No, I'd be like,
remove. Yeah, no. Where's Brennan and Emma this week? Well, um,
We're in the river bar
so
celebrating.
yeah, River Bar. I
Mm.
like that. Best bar in Dublin, just over Heineken, just under the Heineken building, just over O'Connell Bridge. River Bar, great staff, great drink, great food. Anyway, so look, the match was made now. Jordan Grace, I hope Jordan Grace wins next week. I really hope she wins next week. How cool would that be? I
That'll
think
be
there's going
very
to be
good.
shenanigans.
Oh,
Um,
definitely.
but finally, Drew McIntyre gets some words out. My Jason, and you know what? Dave was spot on. Last week on Pro Wrestling Weekly, I asked Dave a question. I said, well, what do you think? Because Reigns and CM Punk kind of threw him under a bus. And it was skillfully, masterfully done. They weren't being sly. And I said,
Hmm.
how does how does Drew McIntyre respond to that? And Dave hit the nail on the head. He said it depends on what happens on SmackDown. He not only addressed it, I thought he was brilliant.
He was
Absolutely brilliant.
like Drew McIntyre, even on the mic. He's just brilliant. Like, he's ruthless. He's like, I don't care, whatever, my championship. And it's like for the whole evening as well, it's like it's building up for him to try say something
Yeah.
and it doesn't happen.
I,
And then finally at the end it's like boom. And I
I
like
gotta
that.
tell you, yeah, no, it was my favorite promo that he's done. And then obviously Trick Williams comes out, and I really like how I won't go into it, but I really like how it ended, where Drew McIntyre said to Trick, "Yeah, come here, I'll probably just stick it up your arse," and he just he just
Yeah.
walks, and I love
it
Trick, and it was just deadly. It was very very good, and
was very good.
probably but he came across as a badass. Loved it,
Yeah.
and I loved the story going through about Drew having all the problems in the world. It was pretty cool. On to the men's elimination chamber. Your sister was obviously a very, very happy lady. Randy Orton wins, which means Randy Orton will be competing in his 10th elimination chamber at the end of the month. Uh, Look, I thought this was pretty good.
It was.
I'm delighted. February 28th, live in Chicago, your boys' hometown. CM Punk, that crowd is going to be off the wall.
So
What say
excited.
you? What did you think? Good match. What did you think of how SmackDown ended?
Yeah, it was a good match, and when kind of at the end when Solo was about to hit the spike, then Randy just RKO'd him. Like if
Too
Solo
good.
had advanced, no, I'd be done. There's
This
no
is the
way
thing.
you hit the Randy Orton with the Samoan spike, and he's just like, oh, okay then. No,
I think the Samoan Spike is one of the worst finishes of all time. It may as well be the finger poke of doom. It's the thumb of doom. Emma, if I get into a fight with you and I try to hit you with my thumb, you separate my shoulder, you break my arm.
listen, you're gone.
You know what I mean? You'd be a goner, right?
I'd be like,
So
go on. I'd be like, put that down.
I'm all for suspending my disbelief, but when your finisher is the thumb poke of doom, or as he likes to call it, the
Like,
Simone Spike, and look, I like the
imagine me
MAGA,
going
but
into training, and they're like, okay, do a spot, and I'm like, here you go.
oh, they'd be like, okay, we're gonna put you
They'd be
through
like,
some stretches,
yeah.
Emma.
They'd be like, Emma,
Uh,
come on, we'll have a chat.
Come here. Let's show you what a real ankle lock is like. Um,
Literally.
and the SmackDown was pretty good. Overall, Emma, I thought SmackDown. I think some people were a little bit harsh on it. I don't think SmackDown was depressing.
No.
I thought I had more hits than filler. I did think there was some low points. It was kind of like peaks and valleys, but
But
there
we've
was
had
more.
worse.
We've had worse, exactly, and there's more peaks. But
Yeah.
next week's SmackDown, Emma, I had to write it down. You'll have to excuse me. Next week's SmackDown is Ray Phoenix versus Trick Williams, Jade Cargill versus Jordan Grace. Please, Jordan Grace win. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Nia Jackson, Lash Legend. Elimination Chamber qualifier: Liv Morgan versus Julia versus Selena. Men's Elimination Chamber: Cody Rhodes versus Fatu versus Sami Zayn. This is the men's Elimination Chamber qualifying match. The
That's
three of them are in a match.
that's gonna be good because they're all hating each other a bit. Because Sammy wants something, Jacob's going crazy at Cody. Sammy is like, I'm gonna do everything I can. It's gonna be great.
the best thing about that match, Emma, is I don't know who wins. And what you have as well is you could have a SmackDown that completely changes the direction of a few things. The
Yeah.
women's championship titles, the women's main title could change hands. And it is, I think next week's card, I think this time next week, we're going to have an absolute blast presenting the show.
Yeah.
I will be presenting it from Birmingham, though.
Oh, lovely.
So I will be in Birmingham next week. So we'll do a few shorts from Birmingham, actually. So anyway, I'm digressing because I'm going to be in Birmingham I was meant to be there for a gig. They cancelled a gig, but you aren't here to hear my life story, but everything's booked, so we may as well go anyway. Anyway.
Look, it's a holiday. May as well.
Yeah, it's a few days away. So that's next week. So before we go off into the sunset, there's something myself and Emma want to talk about, namely Emma, and then we'll take a few comments before we go out into the sunset. And actually, let's take the comments before let's do this. So without further ado, the Upper Tier YouTube channel will have a new show in the future. Okay.
Mhm.
And this show will be presented by Emma and Sean. So
I love the
this is
pause
the chef.
before Sean. It's like Emma and Sean.
well, look, hey, listen.
Listen, I'm the woman.
not only that, but I love Sean, and but you know, if Sean shows up when he's got a more than me if he sees this.
He's gonna be like,
but it'll be I love it. So it'll be presented by Emma and Sean, and this is the show. And Emma, I let you take it from here.
Yeah, so this kind of, I've been thinking about this for a while, and then all of a sudden in the group chat, you guys are like, Emma, what about this? And I'm like, listen, lads, I have my iPad out. I'm drawing the logo right now. I think I needed that, like, you know, light the fire under. I'm ready, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be things like WWE. It's gonna be AEW. It's gonna be TNA. It's gonna be the indie stuff. You know, the Irish wrestling scene. It's gonna be great.
It's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm looking forward to it. And what I especially love about this logo is how much you're inspired by River Bar. Because the 3 stars under the last W is part of the River Bar logo, and I'd like to say on behalf of the River Bar, I appreciate your love and respect, and including in the logo. But look, all messing aside, this is going to be a blast. This is not to be missed. Women's wrestling is taking over.
Mm-hmm.
It is. You only have to look at the Royal Rumble. So the timing of this is fantastic. So when we have a date announced, do show your support. Do tune in. I know I'll be tuning
TikTok
in.
Page and everything. It's going to be good.
Well, and I showed my daughter this today, and my daughter cannot wait. She will be tuning in as well. So we'll have Rosie and Connor tuning in. It's going to be an absolute blast. So I'm looking forward to this. So more news coming soon. So before we say goodbye, let's take some comments. And I got to tell you, Emma, I'm very excited about that women's show. So let's.
I'm so excited. I'm buzzing.
Let's have a look. Noila's in. That dance has got to go. No
way.
Doesn't.
Because
this. And you know, I might do the SmackDown. We might do the SmackDown show like this next week.
Yeah. What do you think?
Smash the likes, peeps. Yeah, 100%. We'll touch on that now in a second. I hope everybody's liking the videos. Go onto the channel. I'll touch on it in a second. The amount of shorts that are being dropped, and it's bleeding deadly. Keith Series in. I've heard rumors that Oba versus Lesnar at WrestleMania. I think it's too soon to have Oba face They need to build it up a bit more.
No.
No.
Get rid of Lesnar right now.
I'm not necessarily saying get rid of Lesnar. I know. Look, I get it. I understand. In saying that, I think, look, give Oba. This is the problem.
They don't like the Rocket. They're waiting. They're like, oh, maybe he's not built yet. Yes, he is. I don't know.
Him in there.
I don't know what WWE has against social media, because you guys definitely do not look. Because Obafemi has more fans than Brock Lesnar does right now. I guarantee you that.
But on the other side of things as well, Obafemi, like WWF made its name on taking chances on people. Remember Steve Austin, the man who was told he wouldn't draw a dime in black trunks, and then Stone Cold Steve Austin, one of the biggest names in the history. I think John Cena is bigger. There you are, Keith. Only messing.
John Cena's
We had
definitely
that
big.
dispute. We had that dispute a while ago. Look, we'll see what happens. I say feed him Lesnar now and feed him everybody. Hi guys, sorry we were out. Only on now. Anto, as
Hello.
always, an absolute pleasure to see you. Who else we have? Well, guys, how you about doing? Dave Kelly, good to see you,
Oh, wreck.
man. Uh, Wrecked. SmackDown in Florida the following week is going to be the last qualifier for EC. Scene Reigns will be back for WrestleMania, of course. Anto, do remember, do come on and let us know how that SmackDown
Yes.
is. We'll talk to you about that. Good luck with the new show, Emma. Thanks, Anto, and no doubt yourself and Sharon will be tuned in. Can ye review Roman versus Punk?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
damn right. We will absolutely be doing that.
Listen.
That's gonna be a big thing. If you're talking about the Roman versus Punk promo, we touched on it in Pro Wrestling Weekly. It's on the channel there. But just to
And it was
recap,
amazing.
it was amazing. It was class. It was one of the best back and forward. Women's wrestling still on the up, even though it's on top right now. You're damn right, Anto. And the last comment before we go is from Sharon. Emma, new show will be deadly. Good luck. Sharon,
Thank you.
Anto, and everybody in the chat, thanks so much. And do keep an eye on the channel because there
Hmm.
will be updates to do with that. So I say to everybody, hit the subscribe button, follow the channel. The football shows are brilliant on a Monday and a Thursday. The wrestling shorts, the wrestling show on a Tuesday or Wednesday, mostly Tuesdays. Of course, the SmackDown show coming soon. The women's
Yeah.
show, the NXT shows. We've got it all. So hit that subscribe button, watch the videos, like the shorts, and we will see you on the next video. And certainly, if not on the next video, we hope to see you on Pro Wrestling Weekly or here next week.
We'll see you
So thanks
soon.
everybody for tuning. So good night and God bless.
Bye, guys.